This week, Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's former lawyer/fixer, tweeted out an indication that he believes Jared Kushner may have already flipped on Donald Trump. Here's the tweet. Interesting how Jared Kushner, hashtag Secretary of Everything, I'll get to that in a moment, name appears to be absent from all the controversy, indictments, and arrests. Is he next to fall or a cooperating witness? Knowing what a snake he is, I bet the latter. So it's important to point out at this juncture that it's total speculation on Michael Cohen's behalf. But hey, it did get his name trending on social media. Everybody's talking about Michael Cohen. I'm sure that helps his podcast, absolutely. But does he have a point, or is he just trying to make a name for himself? Let's analyze both sides of that coin, shall we? Hashtag Secretary of Everything, right? This is referencing a 2017 CNN report about Jared Kushner in the White House, basically just being the guy that Trump went to. Any problem on any issue, Jared Kushner was the guy. They called him the Secretary of Everything. So that's where that came from. So as Michael Cohen says, look, if things are going down, if you've got people being indicted, like Tom Barak earlier this week, being arrested, indicted for allegedly working as an unregistered foreign agent on behalf of the United Arab Emirates. Well, hell, we know that Jared Kushner was knee-deep with the UAE. Met with them. According to reports, he met with them during the campaign before there was even a Trump administration. So, reasonable to think that had Jared Kushner not gotten a job in the Trump administration, he might have gone down with Barack, potentially. Tom Barak, please don't mistake that for the very obvious other Barack out there. He's not involved in any of this scandal. So there's that possibility. Maybe Kushner was a cooperating witness into the investigation into Mr. Tom Barak. But I don't think that's really what Michael Cohen is referring to here. If Michael Cohen is referring to the other indictments, the ones against Allen Weisselberg and the Trump organization, and that investigation is still ongoing, more indictments are expected in the future, why isn't Kushner listed in those? Well, we all know why. Kushner's not a part of the company. So, that's why I have a little bit of trouble accepting Michael Cohen's tweet here. Because he says, cooperating witness. Against who? If it's against Tom Barak, sure, that would make sense. Against Trump himself? That's what you're implying. That's really what you're implying. I don't see it happening because I don't know that Kushner was involved in any of that because he wasn't involved with the company. That's kind of a weird statement to even make. It's a weird thing to suggest. But as I mentioned, Cohen's name, he makes this announcement, starts trending on Twitter. People talking about him. He gets to go out in the media. Let's not forget what ultimately took Michael Cohen down. It wasn't just, the crimes. He committed the crimes because he wanted to live a lifestyle that his current, life wasn't able to provide for him. So he did all these bad things, trying to, build himself up so he could live the lifestyle that he wanted. The guy wants to be out there. He wants to be in the news. He wants to be famous, it seems, and he's doing a pretty good job of that. Maybe what he's saying is true, maybe it's not. But let's not forget that this guy also got busted lying to Congress, okay? So we know he's not always honest. Maybe he's been reformed, maybe he hasn't. But as I always say, at this point, I still think anything that comes out of Michael Cohen's mouth needs to be taken with a grain of salt because his track record isn't exactly spectacular.